Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I am back with another React. Today we're going to be checking out a recommend by my boy Chris. This is Joe Nestor. Good enough. He says it's pretty heavy. I might not be able to put it on YouTube, but we're going to find out. Let's dig in and see what's up.
Everyone who doubted me, I got nothing to say. Nobody cared when I was scared, and that's okay. Every dog has its day. I've been burying my bones to keep them demons away. It's hard to run when you're locked in the cage, and everyone keeps fueling the rage. And the only way to stop it is to write on this page and let it flow out of my heart when I step on the stage. No one sees all the anger that's inside of me. They only see the night sky, they always lie to me. They take advantage, they take me for granted. When I let the beast out, I see them starting to panic. They don't ever expect it, tired of being neglected. You don't even have to like it, but you're gonna respect it. All the things that I have been through, I've been sick and infected. Everybody just sat there, watching me bleed, losing it all. My time of need, you asked me for. No, I don't believe I'm worthy of love. I'll never be good enough.
That's a very real thought, ain't it? God knows I've had that thought. God knows I have thought about that plenty of times, right? I am not good enough. I'm not. I never have been. I never will be. I will never be good enough. God's got to have me because I have no choice. I am becoming a better man than I was. That is my earnest goal. That is what I am striving for. But I'm not quite there yet, right? I had that rage inside of me, and that's gone. Right? I've been fortunate enough that has been taken from me. I gave that away, and I don't want to pick it back up. Even though I keep getting pressed by this neighbor right next door, I don't want that back. There is a certain amount of claiming that, though, right? I did, right? You can go back in my original stuff, some of my spoken word poetry, and I talk about the beast inside of me, the thing that wants to rage and wants to get out, and I am a terrible person when I let that thing out. Like absolutely terrible. It's hard to imagine that if you only know me from this, but I used to be a very not nice person. I was the type of person that would walk down the street and just hit somebody just for the hell of it. Me and all my friends constantly beat up on each other. We were constantly looking for fights. We were constantly staying drunk. We were constantly doing the wrong thing. It was a choice. But you don't even realize it's a choice, right? You don't even think about it. You're programmed to think that way. Your childhood brought you up thinking that way. It was the abusive situations that you came through that makes you think that you're not good enough. God made you. He made you just like you are, and that does not mean that you will not have struggles and not have things to overcome, but he made you that way for a reason. Part of the journey that we are on is learning how to get rid of that rage, how to unseat yourself from that table where you were just eating all day long. That doesn't mean that you won't get mad. Doesn't mean that there will not be anger in your life. But if you're constantly fighting the exact same battles, you're choosing to fight that battle. If you are going back to the same problem, you're choosing to go back to that same problem. And here's the thing. This is the tough one, right? If your friends do not want the best for you, then you need new friends. You need to quit putting your value in people who are going to stand in the doorway and laugh at you when you're trying to change your life. You need to not be around people who are going to make fun of you for making better decisions in your life. When you quit drinking and everybody's like, here, have a beer. That's not your friend. They are there to hold you back, and it sucks sometimes. Sometimes you will bawl your eyes out for people that have no care for you. There is a certain level of intentionality that you have to cultivate within yourself to overcome these problems. It's not to say that they don't exist, but you can make them not an issue anymore. You can remove from yourself the items that are causing the problems. I get tied up behind politics, right? People know that. If you've been on this channel at any point, you know that I got banned and shadow banned for a year and a half on this channel behind politics. I get spun up really quick. I've had to learn to step back a bit, right? I'm going to stand where I need to stand. I'm going to talk about the things that I need to talk about, but I don't focus as much on the other side anymore. I don't pay attention to what they're doing anymore. They're stupid. They're doing dumb things, right? They are intentionally telling you that they're doing dumb things. So I don't need to focus on that. I need to focus on me. I need to focus on what I can put my hands on. Because if I can't put my hands on it, I can't change it. This is putting my hands on a much bigger circle. What we do here is putting hands on a much bigger circle. The sphere of influence increases, and I want that sphere of influence always to be love and positivity. And so I focus on me. I focus on my side of the argument. What are we going to do? So I did the Agenda 45, or Project 2025, and the Agenda 47. That's what it was. I did 2 playlists on those because I wanted to talk about my side and what we want to do. Right? I don't talk about the other side and what they want to do. It's focusing on the right things that will bring the right things into your life. If something is triggering you with anger, it is meant to not be part of your life. It is. You're not going to fight your way through rage and find the love that's the other side of that coin, because rage and love, anger and love are the same coin, right? Anger is just love unreturned. And if you're getting angry, that's because that love is not there. And you need to find the spot where the love is. Get away from the part that makes you angry. Get away from the people who do not value you. I'm going to go ahead, I talk a lot. That's what we do here. We talk about mental health, and this is a key part of it. That rage, that seething, burning rage will destroy you. It is poison in your soul, and the only way to get it out is to go to God with it. It really is. I have various playlists that are associated with these type of things. You can find a way to help you. I have all kinds of toolboxes. You have got to learn to put that down, right? I still fight with that. I've got a guy over here trespassing and destroying my personal property, right? That enrages me, but I can't put my hands on the dude, not unless God gives it the okay, and I doubt he will. Right? We have a very specific set of circumstances, but even then, it's correction that I want, right? I don't want to hurt the dude. I want the dude to quit bothering me. I want him to quit doing things to me. It's not about that seething rage anymore. It really has been pulled from me, and I want that for you.
It never ceases to amaze me, the love I have for everyone who just hates me. But still I give them my best, and I always get hurt. I should have given them less, or maybe I should give more. Maybe this is a test. Maybe I'm the one who's sent here to clean up the mess, and to mend their broken hearts and relieve all the stress, and to open up their eyes so they can see that they're blessed. Help them see that they're worth it. Open up the curtains, let the light into your soul and take away all your burdens. You don't have to go through this. I can see that you're hurting, but everybody still sits there watching me bleed, losing it all in my time.
So that's the turnaround, right?
Of need, you watched me fall. No, I don't believe I'm worthy of love. I'll never be good enough. But the tides are turning, and the fire is burning inside my heart. I don't know where to start. I keep trying my best. I keep coming up short. Look Looking around, I got no one to blame. Burning my feet as I dance in the flames. Killing myself, I am going insane. You were asking for help, but the question remains. Good enough, am I? Good enough, am I? Good enough to walk away and give it up? Or should I stay and find a way to live it up? Good enough, am I? Good enough, am I? Good enough to walk away and give it up? Or should I stay and find a way and live it up? Good enough, am I? Good enough, am I? Good enough to walk away and give it up? Or should I stay and find a way and live it up? Good enough.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Joe Nestor's page and give him a like, share, and a sub. Throw him a comment and let him know you appreciate it. Right? I do. He's not quite done, but I think it's just rolling on out.
Good enough to walk away and give it up? Or should I stay and find a way to live it up?
You always stay. A lot of this is self, right? That's a hard thing to hear, bro, but it's a mindset issue. Like, it's hard to understand that external validation is never going to be there. Right? The chances are, right? You may get validation from your spouse. You may get validation from your children, but chances are that's going to be the extent of it, right? Your parents or close family. Most of the time, your friends aren't even going to give it to you. And that sucks. It is part of life. You have to learn to find the validation in your effort, because that is where it lies. Like, are you doing the best that you can? Because if you're doing the best that you can, then you are doing exactly what you were put here for. I'm a firm believer in above and beyond, right? And that is another one that people have a lot of trouble with. Well, I'm not going to do that, right? If you don't invest in yourself with that is the whole thing. And we saw through here, like, people not appreciating the effort that he's putting out, right? That's what walking by and laughing at him as he's trying to change something or bringing him this extra work. That's not appreciating the effort that you put out. But I see it as a challenge, right? I am going to be the very best me that I can possibly be. That is the covenant that I made with my God. I am going to be the best husband, the best father, the best Jeremy Pittman that I can possibly be. I'm going to be the guy that everybody can turn to, even if nobody ever does. I'm going to be the guy that takes on the hard work, like the hardest part of the job. I'm going to do it and I'm going to crush it. I'm going to be that guy. And that is a mindset flip. That is what Napoleon Hill calls above and beyond, going the extra mile. That's the key to everything. That's the key to changing I've got to into I get to. I get to be the guy that takes on the hard part, right? I get to be the guy that cries on the internet, and I get to be that example. I get to be the guy who stands so firmly that most of what people consider fun is horrible to me. Most of what y'all consider entertainment, I find abominable, so I stand away from it. Most of what people find humorous, I find mean, and so I stand away from it. I am isolated from almost everybody, and here I am trying to love on everybody. I want to go above and beyond. I am taking the hard part. It is the hard part to stand away from the fun stuff that everybody wants. But I'm going to carry that load because it's not even a heavy load. I got help with that. I'm grinding away every single day on something that does not pay a lot and probably never will, right? This is not the end all be all for me. YouTube, no matter how popular it gets, like I can have 10 million subs. This is not where the end is for me. It is about taking on the hardest part. I am doing this grind to help get to another grind, right? I'm building a video game. We know that. We talk about that all the time. And I got put on hold for a little while, but the hold's been lifted. So I am working, right? I'm doing reaction videos, which 10 to 30 minutes, depending. And then I'm doing a couple of different segments where I'm trying to increase knowledge for everybody. And that's an hour a piece. So I'm doing 2 to 2.5 hours of content a day. It takes a couple hours to upload. And when I'm done with that, then I'm on the game. And none of that is for me. Right? What I'm doing, all of this, I'm giving away knowledge here like it is candy. I am just dispensing how to help yourself on every single playlist. I don't even do things that I can't do that with 99% of the time. You will find an occasional video where we don't talk about wild things, but most of them are this deep. Most of the reaction videos I choose so that we can talk about things like this. I want to take the profits that I get from this, however much they may be. Let's spitball that one day there are 10 million subscribers on this channel and I am making money. Every penny of that's not going directly to my bills because God knows I need money. All of that is going to go into the game so that I can pay other people to help me finish the game. And then when the game's done, I have a store that I'm going to build from the proceeds from the game. And all of that is pointed towards a school so that I can give away more knowledge to more people, so that I can help more people get their own feet underneath them. That is the hard part, right? I have my grind here. This is fairly easy. This isn't bad. Building a video game is severely complicated. There's a lot of pieces that have to go together, and I can't do all of them, so I'm summoning a crew, but I am diligently trying to work on my piece of it. I've got the story, right? I'm building the world. I can't do all of the mechanics like I wanted to do, so I have to put that aside and let somebody else help me with that. But the goal of this, the reason why I want to build a game as much as I can by myself is so that I can invest the profits in the school, right? So that I can invest the profits in the store so that those can go into the school, because all of it is going to take a lot of funding. I'm doing all of this to give it away. I'm not doing this so that I have stuff. My kids are going to be great. They're doing their own thing. My daughter has, she's written 2 separate fan fictions that are longer than War and Peace. They have more words than War and Peace, both of them. And it's just something that she's doing to build herself up. She's doing art. She's got music. She does things. And she's going to be extremely successful. She has, I don't know, it's like 100,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok now from that. She's going to be fine. My son has his plan. He's doing his thing. He's going to create his own life. I don't have to leave them things. So it's not the point. Right? I want a piece of land that I can build into a Garden of Eden for us, for our family. But it's not about that. It's about giving away as much as I possibly can. Because that's the hard part. That's the part that nobody's doing. I'm taking responsibility for other people's lives because I want to be that person. I want to be the person that is helping this guy drag himself up out of the mud. And as it stands, I don't have the resources for that. Right? Nobody's going to come to me. Who am I? I'm just some random redneck on the internet out here trying to help people. But one day I will be a force to be reckoned with. One day I will have the funds to back up everything I want to do. And I will have to walk what I am talking. And I look forward to that day. I look forward to the day when I am working I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. So I'm looking forward to when I'm working from 4 o'clock in the morning till 8 p.m. I want as much grind as I can possibly get. But I have a goal. And that makes all the difference. If you were just grinding to exist, you're doing it wrong. Now, your goal does not have to be $1 million or 100 acres or whatever it happens to be. Your goal can be to have your one little piece of happiness right here. You've got a hobby that you pursue. You have something other than just sitting around watching television that you enjoy doing. That's a goal. And you can build your life around achieving that goal. And you like model trains, right? Well, you can build your life around doing model trains, about being the best model train person ever. Right? It doesn't matter what the goal is. You need a goal in your life. My goal is to help as many people as possible. I want to establish a school to help people. I've got a whole plan to get there. And it has helped to change my life to have the plan, to be able to work the plan. And it is not written out. Like I tell y'all all the time, write it out. Say it out loud. I don't even do that most of the time, right? I do, in some cases, write down my goals. But for the most part, I don't. I speak them aloud. I do that. I focus on them. I drive my energy into that. But if you write it down, it helps solidify it for you, right? That's the point of it. It's solid in my mind what I want, so I don't even need the board. I probably should do it anyway because it is a good way to positively reinforce yourself. Make your plan. Have a goal. It really can change everything in your life just to be goal-oriented, to be pointed towards this thing, and then do everything to make it happen. Don't just do the bare minimum. Do everything you possibly can. Help out other people who are even remotely aligned with that goal. Take on every bit of responsibility that you can and look at it as if you get to do that, as opposed to you have to do that. Well, I've got to do this because nobody else is, son. Nobody else is doing this. I got it. It makes a difference. I need a volunteer to go and dig in the ditch. That's me, boss. I'll do it. That makes a difference in your life. That willingness to participate in this life makes the difference. But if you go through it and you're just drudging through to get through, if you're working a job you hate just because it pays the bills, you're going to have a miserable experience. And there is nothing I can do about that. But if you're working a miserable job and you say, you know what? I want something different in my life, and I'm going to go the extra mile to ensure that I get it. And you get off of work tired and fucking busted every single day, and you spend an hour a day learning a new skill, within a year you will be able to change your career. Absolutely. Just an hour a day can completely change the whole trajectory of your life, but you have to be willing to put in that hour. You have to say that this video game is not worth my future. You have to say that watching Netflix is not worth my happiness. And that is a choice that you have to make. You have to decide, I am going to be happy. And everybody else can be a hater. But I'm going to do the thing that makes me happy. And for me, I have found my goal, right? My crew makes me happy. Y'all really do. Like this whole interaction that we have, even though it is not as much as it's going to be, right? I have people in here that talk to me, and I talk to people. And we have helped people here. If you go back through my videos, you can find instances of people saying that they are still on this planet because of me. And that's not me. That is God through me. And I fully acknowledge that. But what I am doing is making a difference in people's lives. That is the goal. That is my whole motivation, right? I do it first for me, but then I give it away freely because I want to help people. I have several playlists to help you get a grip on your mental health. And if you do the things, you can do it. I have manifestation videos. I have Bible studies that you probably won't like a whole lot, but they can help you a whole lot. The change in your perspective can make all the difference in the world. It really can. Changing that got to a get to, it really can make a whole difference. But it is hard. It is hard to change your perspective. But there's a reason why my company is called Shifted Paradigms. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. This was great. I love it, right? It's real issues. It's talking about things that people think about, things that people end themselves behind, and that is horrible. You should never take the early route home. It is never up to you to go home early. And it is easy to get discouraged if you are focused on the wrong things. Don't focus on the wrong things. Y'all get back and show him some love. Give him a like, share, and a sub. And if you like what I'm doing, do the same thing for me. Give me a like, share, and a sub. Throw me a comment if you agree or disagree. If it stays respectful, it gets to stay up. And if you really like what I'm doing, hit me with that super thanks because I am not a communist. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt's Take. Peace.